Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me for your general reading. This reading will be timeless, and I asked my Astro Dice which sign needed a reading next, and your sign was chosen, and we'll try to figure out why throughout the course of this conversation. So, Uranus is still in Taurus, which is forming an opposition to your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. Pluto is in Aquarius, which is forming a square to your sun, moon, or rising sign. So there's a T-square forming between Uranus, Pluto, and your sun, moon, or rising sign. And T-squares are very challenging, and they ask us to pivot or change our perspective about a situation. We're changing relationships to ourselves and other people. These are hard lessons about the ego, hard lessons about our value systems, our source of stability, security. We're being forced to let go of things that have anchored us thus far, whether it's money, career, relationships, memories. This is very intense energy for Scorpio. We do have a stellium forming in the sign of Pisces, which is a trine to your sign. And the stellium includes Neptune, which is escapism, the sun, which is our identity and ego, the North Node, which represents our evolutionary path, Mercury, our thought processes, Saturn, which represents lessons and obstacles and discipline. So I believe over the next 30 days, at minimum, over the next 30 days, you guys are going to go through some sort of release, escape, freedom. You're releasing something that you held on to or you valued. It's easier to do that now with the Grand Water Trine. So you may have held on really tightly to an idea, an identity, a relationship, a value system, a job. And it was a part of your ego. You're fiercely protective of, or like you were hoarding this energy. And now it's going to be easy for you to let it go. People, career paths, jobs, money, values. Like it's going with the flow as opposed to trying to force things to happen. You're releasing things in love. You're being liberated from this square energy, which is very tense. You've been going through it for quite a while, actually, for at least several years, especially if you are a first or second decan Scorpio. Work of art, be the portrait of divine beauty. And this is you taking control of your own destiny. You are the master craftsman, you're the author, you're the painter, you're the artist. You're the person who's supposed to be, depicting your life. So other people may have used their brushes on your canvas. Your canvas represents your life, and other people's brushes represents their ideas, their beliefs, their perspectives, their values. Other people's ideas of who you were meant to be have controlled you thus far, and it's created some sort of egotistical fight between the false self and your true self. And so the false self was attached to a person, a job, emotions, relationships, something that was keeping you stuck or stagnant in a certain position. You are unique. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken, right? Uranus is opposing your sun sign. You're breaking free of some sort of identity or ego expression. You are becoming the master of your own destiny, your own fate. The ego is being cracked. The ego is being cracked, shattered. You've gone through a very difficult experience, or you've gone through difficult experiences over the past several years, I'm going to say. Several years, because Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. And those experiences have destroyed your ego, right? But instead of walking away from the destruction, you were fixated on the rubble of what was and who you were. So it's like, someone's house catching on fire, and instead of moving to a new home, they're looking at, oh my God, all my possessions. Look at the beautiful house that I built and spent all this money on. And like this happened 4 or 5 years ago. And so instead of appreciating that you've survived and moving on with your life. You've been staring at the rubble, because the rubble of that relationship or that job or that identity had some sort of egotistical value to you. It gave you a sense of purpose or importance or power or status or whatever. And with this grand water trine between Mars, which is your ruling planet in Cancer, your sun in Scorpio, and all these stellium planets in Pisces, you're finally letting go of all that old rubble, and it's being washed away and cleansed. The purification that's happening here. So now you have the ability to create your own life, your own path, a new vision. There's a new vision for your life that you're creating. You're painting your own masterpiece. You're painting your own portrait. So the portrait of who you were was painted by your parents, society, husband, wife, whatever. That portrait has been destroyed. It was a painful process that you had to go through. And now you're picking up your own brushes and painting your own picture. You're painting your own portrait, using the colors you want to use, the brushes you want to use, right? And the style you want to paint it in. So in the past, someone could have painted you as like a caricature with like distorted proportions, big eyes, big head, distortions. There were distortions here. There was no accuracy. But now maybe you're being more photorealistic with your style. So it's like, once you get other people out of your head, out of your space, out of your realm, I'm not saying isolate yourself. I'm saying that you've given too much concern for or about other people's opinions of you. And it's kept you trapped and stuck in the past, which has been destroyed. And so you weren't able to rebuild because you were still pining over or after that which has been destroyed. It's not going to come back. Not with Uranus being in Taurus. Uranus is a permanent shift in circumstances, relationships, finances is permanent because it wasn't fitting you anyway. And now Pluto being here in Aquarius, and Pluto's co-ruler Uranus is definitely not coming back. And I think you're making peace with that. If you try to hold on to this old situation, it's going to hurt you. If you try to hold on to this old paradigm, it's going to be very painful, excruciatingly so. It's almost like somebody who broke up with their husband or their partner 4 or 5 years ago, and they're still holding on to that person. Then they see on Instagram or social media that person's gotten married to somebody else. It hurts because you didn't let him go. Scorpio. Why am I picking up Aquarius for this too? So yeah, this grand water trine is a blessing. It's going to allow you to release this with love, not anger, not resentment, not bitterness, not vindictiveness, not revenge, none of that. You'll say, okay, I appreciate the lesson, and it's time for me to grow and elevate from this situation and start a whole new life. A whole new life. And the life that you're building for yourself is based on what you want, what you need, your values, your ideals, not based on trauma and survivalism and coping mechanism and all that other stuff. You're not doing it for that reason. You are creating a beautiful life for yourself based on what you want, what you need, what your values are, your vision, and everything else. And so it's going to fit you better because this is what you've created for yourself. It's almost like a seamstress. A seamstress can hire, not a seamstress. It's almost like somebody who wants to have their wedding dress made, right? You can go to a bridal shop and buy a wedding dress, right? And it's not going to be custom made. It'll fit you to an extent, but it won't be a perfect fit. So you can either pick up a lifestyle that you can find at a boutique, a store, right? It's something that's cookie cutter. It's mass produced. It's not customized, right? You can pick up something that's generic. It fits, it's okay, but it's not made for you. Or you can hire a seamstress to create the perfect wedding dress that fits your body. So it's almost like you had a lifestyle that you could find at a a grocery store, a supermarket. It wasn't something that was crafted for you and by you. It was something that was mass produced by conditioning, society, parents, culture, race, whatever. So it wasn't a custom fit. It looked good, okay on you, right? Girls was like, oh my God, your body looks nice. It's a nice dress, but it didn't fit right. It wasn't the perfect fit. It looked cute because it was supposed to look cute, but it didn't fit you. It wasn't you. So this new life that you're creating for yourself is it's like your own custom made wedding gown, right? You've designed it from the beginning to the end, from the sketches to, the first drafts to the pattern to the draping. That you've done everything. You were a part of this entire process. That's the kind of life you're creating for yourself. It's not a life that's reactionary and survivalist. It's based on what you want and need for yourself, regardless of other people's expectations of you and what they want from you or for you. So it's like you're growing up and away from your childhood, in a sense. Mars in Cancer, breaking free from childhood wounds, expectations, conditioning, family history. You're having the courage to do that. I think you'll be at peace with yourself after these past 30 days. Something's going to be released. It's going to be cathartic. You'll feel free to be yourself. You are unique. Right, and I forgot the unique part. Your life was not custom made for you. Your life was something you picked up at the mall or on Amazon. Right? It wasn't a piece of work. It wasn't a work of art that was created specifically for you. And so it didn't fit anymore. Now you're doing things for you based on what you want and what you need and your sentiments, your personality, everything. Other people have been controlling your life either mentally, physically, emotionally, resource-wise, spiritually, guilting, programming, like you've been a puppet. Or you were controlled by other people. You gave your power away, or people were taking your power from you. They took your power from you by conditioning you or grooming you to be what they wanted you to be, to fit who they thought you should be according to their standards and what was convenient for them. So you became what other people wanted and needed you to be for their comfort, for their security, for their ego. And that's been destroyed. That lifestyle has been destroyed. And now it's time for you to do you. It's time for you to paint your own portrait. This is not hold on, 7 of Cups, confusion, Scorpio energy. This is not a portrait that, you could take a photo of and using your iPhone or whatever. This is like you're actually using a brush or a pencil, not literally, but figuratively. You are depicting yourself the way that you see yourself, using your own hands, right? Your own ideas, your own vision. It's not cookie cutter, it's custom. It's bespoke. It's something that's tailored for you and you alone. This is your life. 7 of Cups. I'm sorry. Let me interpret this. 7 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Right. So this is excellent. You were not happy with what you obtained, attained, acquired. You thought you would be happy once you got the job and your degrees and certifications and career status. You thought you would be happy and you weren't. Just left you confused and like restless, this energy. So the 7 of Cups represents multiple options, many choices. Who am I? But I think this represents many facets of your identity that you may have ignored or these memories, these are personalities, personas. It's like you were wearing all these masks to fit into a mold that someone else created for you. Mother, father, society, trauma, culture, relationships. That's where you were. Confused, lost. Now the Three of Wands, this is like a new journey, a new beginning, waiting for the seeds that you've planted to grow, to bloom, to blossom, waiting for an opportunity to come your way. Here's what happened. Okay, so this is what happened. Because you weren't who you thought you were, right? You always felt like something was missing, like you were missing the boat, either in life or you felt like you were missing something. Something is not right. No matter how high up the mountain I climb, I still feel like I need to do more. Sun conjunct the North Node or the South Node in Scorpio too, or Saturn in the first house, something like that. It's like no matter how high up the mountain I climb, no matter how many degrees I get, no matter how much money I make, I'm still not satisfied here. When am I going to feel like I've made it? And then you start losing the things that you thought would give you that value. On top of that. So this is what happened. Before you lost everything, you were questioning whether or not it was what you wanted or what you needed or what was good for you, right? It's like being at a job for 5 years. You like the income, you like your coworkers, you like the work, but you don't feel fulfilled. So before you lost your job for whatever reason, you started to question whether or not you belong there. And then Uranus said, got you. Thank you for permission to get rid of this. So before you lost the things that you thought you valued, you started questioning whether or not it's actually what you wanted. You weren't satisfied with this completely. There was a lack of fulfillment, a lack of completion, a lack of perfection. You felt flawed, like something was missing. That's the issue. So it was like, when am I going to feel this? And you didn't feel that way because you weren't doing the right thing for you. You were doing the right thing for everybody else. So you had the great job as an accountant or, I don't know, a doctor, a nurse. But then it was like, I don't know if I should do this. And before it all fell apart, you were in that space. And then once it all fell apart, you were devastated because you didn't really come to terms with the fact that this wasn't meant for you anyway. You just thought that you were just unhappy and it'll pass. You didn't realize that those questions you were asking was an indication that it wasn't meant for you. And it was a sign from the universe that it was going to be taken away from you in the first place. So Uranus does not remove things from our lives that don't fit, right? Uranus is about realignments, destructive realignments. I have to break this whole thing up. I got to blow your whole life up for you to see that it wasn't meant for you anyway. Okay, and it happens unexpectedly. Like with COVID a few years ago, or divorce, or an affair, or an accident. That's the energy of Uranus, right? Clear, guys, please continue the message for Scorpio. Scorpio, it makes sense, right? Because you were confused. So because you were confused, the universe said, lightning bolt, Uranus, boom. Since you're so confused, I'll make the decision for you. Because you're still beating around the bush. You don't know, what you want to do. So I'll help you decide. Let me just destroy this whole situation and then you'll rebuild. But you didn't want to do that for years or months. You kept looking back at what you lost and you forgot that you don't want to be there anyway. I think with this grand water trine that we're going to experience in the next month, you're going to remember, I remember why I remember why this sucked. Thank God this didn't work out. I know why I left him or I left her or I left that job. Thanks for reminding me, God. Good looking out. That's what's going to happen over the next month. And then you'll start to rebuild with more energy, enthusiasm, confidence, freedom. You'll feel lighter, faster, more creative even. 10 of Pentacles, wealth, success, stability. Yes. Seven of Swords. It was all a lie. You had everything you thought you wanted. I got this, the that, the third, but it ain't right. I'm married to the perfect guy on social media, but he a cheater. Or, you know, I have this big, beautiful house, but I can't afford to pay the mortgage. Like, it was a lie. It was a facade. Ten of Pentacles. It was a fake source of security or stability. You were comfortable with it because of what it represented, but it wasn't in alignment with who you truly were. This is Venus in Aquarius. Values and change. Changing of the values, or Aquarius also represents uniqueness, friendships, associations, liberation. Being liberated from a value system that you were lying to yourself about. So this was not meant for you. It looked good on paper. The job looked good on paper, relationship, but it wasn't real. Okay, there may be a celebrity that's a Scorpio that decides to get a divorce. They've been together for 10 years, a while, perhaps. They may decide to get a divorce over the next 30 days. You may hear about that. And then everybody's going to be like, why? What happened? Oh my God, what's going on? And the person may say, oh, it looks good on paper, but it don't fit anymore. I don't know of many celebrities who are married besides Sierra, Russell Wilson, and who else? Gabrielle Union. I don't know of many other female celebrities who are married, even males. But there could be a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or rising sign who realizes that their perfect life is actually a prison for them. Something they've built or created. It was preventing them from living in their truth. I don't know what that truth is, up for you to decide, but yeah. Then we have the perfect work. See, it looks good on the outside, but it's not really. Perfect work. Now, this is either what you're trying to build or what you lost. We'll see based on the underside. Tower. What you lost. Aquarian energy, Uranus. Did I mention a tower earlier? I may have alluded to it. Yeah. The perfect life was destroyed. What you thought was ideal was not. It wasn't meant for you. And instead of you moving on, you were like, oh my God, the rubble. Look at the beautiful broken china. Look at the beautiful broken, photos and closet and shoes. Look at the beautiful broken crap that I have accumulated. It don't fit no more. You forgot why it didn't fit. So something is you'll be able to release that. You'll be free from this. Either you've gone through it already or you're going to go through it over the next 30 days. I'm saying 30 days because it is Neptune, this Pisces stellium forming. But you'll be able to release, let it go. I think this is the past, though. I think this is the past, especially if you're a first, second decan Scorpio. If you were a third decan Scorpio, the last 10 degrees, like 20 to 30 degrees of Scorpio, then this will probably be for you. First two deacons already went through this. Five of Swords, defeat. Ego, death. This is Mars and Aquarius. Seven of Wands. Yeah, so this is what happened. So because you were so caught up in what you lost, you stopped trying. You didn't want to restart or rebuild. You were just caught up in the anger, the bitterness of what you thought you lost, and it prevented you from rebuilding your life. This is what happened. So this is not a past, present, future. This is like, okay, here's what happened and why we're here now and what you're being asked to do. So this is an interesting reading. Yeah. If you haven't gone through this already, be prepared because Uranus is in its final degrees of Taurus, and it's going to kick up some dust for those of you who are third degree Scorpios, third decan Scorpios. Or if you have any planets in the third decan, you're going to be forced to change perspectives, attitudes, and behaviors that are associated with the planets that are involved with this opposition or square for you. Okay, so yeah, change of thought, relationships, children, I don't know, foundations, but it wasn't meant for you anyway, and you were bitter. And now, let me get one more. Looking forward to new opportunities. Three of Wands twice, right? You walked away from it. Ace of Cups, new beginning. Yes. Thank you. I knew it was, I need one more card. All right. Yeah. So once you get over yourself, you get over your ego and stop pouting about it, then you'll be better. You'll be able to attract new love, new opportunities, and self-love. I love myself enough to let this go. I love myself enough to make peace with the past. I love myself enough not to care about other people's opinions about what I'm doing for me. Right? I love myself enough not to compare myself with other people or to compete or be jealous. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Your life was a lie. It was all a lie. 8 of Cups, walking away. Knight of Pentacles, from something you worked really hard for. Princess of Cups, the Star card. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you walked away. Knight of Cups. 3 of Swords. Yep. The betrayal. But it's been over. We got the 7 and the 3. You were lying to yourself about something that was already over. It's like you knew your husband was cheating and you still stayed, and then now you receive bad news. Yeah, I'm with somebody else. You knew the job sucked, and then you receive a letter in the mail. Yeah, by the end of this month, or an email, by the end of this month, we're closing out this office or this division. Like, you knew it sucked for a long time, but you didn't want to let it go because of how it looked on paper or how much you've invested in it. But this was not permanent. We got 2 knights, a prince. This is not, This was not enough for you. This was never going to give you what you wanted. This was always going to keep you at a small level, like small. Like you couldn't reach your highest potential in this situation. Even though it looked good on paper, you could never reach your highest potential. Like, this is like the North Node energy in a sense. Yeah, you couldn't reach your highest potential in this job or this situation. Even though the money was good and whatever, but something like you have a different purpose or path that's a lot more significant for humanity. This situation was preventing you from connecting to other people in the way you needed to help raise the vibration of the planet or to do something else. I don't know. You could be an author. You could be a teacher. There's something else this job was or relationship was preventing you from doing. And now it's over. Clarify the 4 of Wands and the Tower. The ideal, Lover's card. Yeah, it could have been an affair. Queen of Swords. Yep. So a marriage of convenience is broken up by an affair, third party situation, a choice being made between 2 paths. Also, doesn't have to be love. You could choose yourself or other people, what they want for you. Queen of Swords is Libra energy. Clarify the 5 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. Yeah. See, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. The reason why you didn't move on from this situation is because of your ego. You thought this job belonged to you, that man or that woman belonged to you. Like, there was some possessiveness here. This person didn't belong to you. You got 10 of Swords here and a 3 of Swords. It's because you didn't let it go. It's like you couldn't let it go because you didn't like the idea of someone else having what you worked hard for, or having the house that you bought you can't afford anymore, or having the lifestyle that you thought you wanted. It's almost like you were comparing yourself to somebody else, or concerned that the things you had worked hard for be enjoyed by somebody else who wasn't you. So you held on to it beyond its expiration date, and it's been expired. So now you see your ex-husband or somebody with the person you walked away from, and now you're even more upset about it. And it prevented you from healing. Because it was been over. Your ego got in the way of this situation. You know you can't afford the house. It's too expensive. But you don't want anybody else having it. And you want people to see you on social media with a big house. And you don't like the idea of another woman or man having the house that you built for yourself. Like something like that. Where it's some petty stuff whereby it's like, man, you're not happy with this person, but you don't want anyone else to have them either. You're not happy in the job, but you don't want anyone else to have it either. It's okay. Suppose you left your job and started to freelance, right? Or I don't know, working for yourself and you're making less money. You would hate to have your coworker, who was your subordinate, be promoted to your position, making more money than you in that position that you just left. Something like that, where it's like you feel like you lost something. You're giving up something that you worked hard for to somebody else to enjoy, and now they're in a higher position than you. That kind of competitive nonsense, and now you can't even enjoy it. You don't even want to be there, but your ego is like, yeah, but it's mine though, I worked hard for it. No, it's not. So it's going to be taken away from you some way, shape, or form. Either you'll get furloughed or fired, or you went through this already, or somebody's going to tell you, I want a divorce, it's not going to work. It's something's has to end. It's over. 5 out of 3, 10 of wands. Yeah, a burden, holding on to something that you know wasn't good for you. Justice card, because you were comparing yourself to somebody else. A Libra, someone a rising sign. This is comparison is a thief of joy, because Libras are about comparing yourself with other people, relationships, right? So it's like, I don't enjoy doing this, but I don't want you to have the life that I don't enjoy having. I don't want you to have it though. I know my man's raggedy, but I don't want you to have him. Come on now, Scorpio. Scorpio, we got to get out of that. That is your karmic lesson, your ego. You don't own anything. Just because the other person doesn't have it doesn't mean that you're going to be happier. So you'd rather be miserable than to let somebody else have what they want? Really? You'd rather be miserable than to let somebody else have what you don't want? Now, you may want this person or this job, but it's the idea of it. You're not satisfied. There's an inconjunction somewhere here. There's an inconjunction between either your moon and Mercury, or maybe moon and Venus, Mars and Mars and the moon. Like, there's an inconjunction, because it's like, I'm not happy here, but why don't I want anybody else to have it? Why do I feel some kind of way? Something's off. So you're not being honest with yourself. Your ego is preventing you from being happy. So now you're going to hold on to this raggedy marriage, relationship, job that's not for you, because you don't want anybody else to have it, but you're letting it go. 7 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, 10 Wands. You're letting it go. It's going to be hard. You feel like you take an L. It's a temporary L. Yes, you'll feel some kind of way once your subordinate, who you don't really like too much, gets promoted to your former position. Once someone who you once loved moves on to somebody else, you'll feel some kind of way. It's temporary though. You're not going to stay there. The grand water trine between Mars, the sun, and our moon, and these other planets in Pisces are going to help you to let go of the situation, of this pain. That's an ego. It's all about ego, because just think about it. Do you really want to stay married to this person? Are you really happy with this person? Right? Are you really happy at the job? Are you really happy with what you're doing? I don't think so. Otherwise, the tower wouldn't have been there. You wouldn't have been able to hold on to it. Let me get another card for Scorpio, please. This ain't gonna be no damn hour, that's for sure. Get another card for Scorpio. A jewel within a teardrop. A jewel within a teardrop. Appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection with yourself. So you're crying, oh my God, I'm so sad. I lost my job. My man moved on to somebody else. I lost my house. But that jewel is the wisdom that you've obtained from the situation. It's also like a I don't want to say a chaos emerald. So when I was the case to play Sonic the Hedgehog, right? And at the end of the stage, if you did really, really well, you would receive 1 chaos emerald, right? And after receiving all 5 chaos emeralds, you would become supersonic. And you could become supersonic at the end of the game to fight Dr. Robotnik. So this chaos emerald it's like a stone, or it's like a talisman. It's a notch. It's something that's indicating you've leveled up spiritually. It's like a reward, but it costs, it hurt. But that pain was a part of the test, right? If it hurts, are you afraid of what hurts? Are you afraid of losing your power? Are you afraid of death, Scorpio? If you're not afraid of it, then you can actually create new life from the death at the ending. If you're fearful of it, then you won't let it happen. You'll hold on to a bad relationship, old memories, a bad life, whatever. You'll hold on to what doesn't serve you because you're afraid of losing it. You're afraid of it, the pain of that death, of letting it go. That's your karmic lesson in life, Scorpio. The ego death. And I think the universe is going to take care of you. So initially it sucks, but for some reason, maybe after a couple of days, like, you know what? I'm actually happier now. Thank God for this trine in Pisces. So yeah, let go of this. This is the perfect time to let it go. Whatever this is, expectations, ideas, resentment, bitterness, fear, let all of it go. And the universe will either give you an opportunity, a new relationship, a new blessing to help you to resolve this situation, because it's not that serious. It's been over. It's just your ego. Peace. Thank you. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts, right? I'm not good enough. They're better than me. They're doing better than me. I'm a failure. Nobody care about that. But do what's best for you. Ignore the haters and the naysayers and the people who want to trigger you. That's their job, to be haters. Hold on, let me get this other deck. Don't fall, please. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm a Scorpio too. I've been through this process, so I can, give you guys some insight on how it's going to go. It's going to hurt for a little bit, but it won't be that bad for a while. It's like it'll hurt really bad, and then one day you'll wake up like, aren't I supposed to be hurting right now? Why am I not hurting about this? You'll get so used to hurting that when you wake up one day, you're like, wait, I don't feel bad today. Aren't I supposed to be feeling bad? And then you'll know that you've reached a threshold, you've crossed over, and it's like, it's up from there. So yeah, embrace it. Don't be, upset about it. Let this person go. Let this job go. It wasn't serving. Just think about it. It really wasn't. It wasn't serving you. You were not happy. You weren't, because then the tower wouldn't be there. And it's in its swords. 1, 1, 1, 1. Master number. Wish come true. Star card. If you let this go, you can create the dream life for yourself, or you'll attract a dream come true. This stellium in Pisces is really, really good for you, Scorpio. It'll be a reward, because that jewel is I mentioned a gift, a talisman. It's a gift, but it comes through pain. But it's like the universe saying, oh, she's growing up, or he's growing up. Here is a little gift for you. Here is this new person or new job or new house or whatever. You get it. Moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway, taking action. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. 3 of Wands. There we go. Ace of Cups. All right. You'll find yourself at the right place, in the right place at the right time. It's not a coincidence, but a gift, right? A gift from fate. Yeah, you're going to be gifted with something. The jewel is the gift, but it's like encased in or encapsulated in pain. But because you've gone through that process, it's like, here you go. Oh, this is so nice. Dude, like, you guys will feel like, oh, good looking out, universe. Good looking out. So yeah, once you've gone through that process, it's good. 1515, the big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals. New goals. Innovation, focus, creation, creating your future, creating your own portrait of your life. Forward movement, skills, and goals. This is getting undressed. Are you getting undressed? You're getting undressed. You're undressing yourself. You're undressing yourself. You're disrobing yourself of everything that other people put on you since you were a baby. From even past lives. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. So keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion, doing what you want to do. based on what you want and need for your life, not everybody else's expectations of you. All efforts will be rewarded big time. See, this is so nice. I'm gonna get one more and I'm gonna close it out, Scorpio. Get one more and close it out. Let's try this again. Spirit guides, more advice for Scorpio, please. 15, 15, 1, 1, 1, 1. You guys gonna be born on, oh wow. Melody's born on November 11th. 11/11. This could be for her. That's crazy. 15, 15. Okay. You guys may have planets at 15 degrees of Scorpio. So, we'll see. More advice for Scorpio. Keep going. You don't say step back, because there's step back, pause, slow down. That's not here. Keep going means keep it moving. Uranus energy. Stop lamenting over and pining over the past. Oh my God, it sucks. Oh my God, my life is over. Oh my God, they left me for somebody else. No, that's not doing anything. It's not going to help anything. It's not going to make you feel any better by like hating on someone else for having what you don't even want. You didn't want this. It's like, I don't want it, but I don't want you to have it either. Come on now. We grown. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dreams. You are now. Before you were stuck, you were making progress towards somebody else's dreams. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. Yeah, like it's almost like as soon as, these are wands. This is not pentacles. This could happen within 3 weeks. The month of March. Aries season, month of March. By next month, the stellium will be over in 30 days. The stellium in Pisces. We'll still have Saturn, Neptune, and North Node there, but in March, everything's moving to like Aries. So, and it's going to be conjunct Chiron, which is healing energy. So yeah, within 3 weeks or the month, or 3 months or the month of March, you'll start to see that this was actually worth doing. You'll receive some karmic justice, but not like the person, not like somebody getting hurt, but like you'll receive a reward for what you have done, for leveling up. One more, please. Some gifts. A gift. I don't know what the gift looks like. Step back. Keep going and step back. Contradictions, aren't there? Let's see. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Spin out and view life from a distance so that you can get the perspective needed. Yeah, so here's what's happening. You're going to have to, once you go through this process, which is kind of uncomfortable, right? Take a step back and don't react to it. Just sit in the pain, sit in the feelings, process them, feel them, heal them, then move forward. Because if you move forward from a position of hurt and ego, then you're going to be doing things to compete with other people, right? Or to prove a point or to win. And then you'll be back at square one again. And you don't want to do that, right? So take a step back and analyze the situation. Okay? Meditate on it, sleep on it, pray on it. Don't react in anger or pain or jealousy or bitterness. Don't do that. Ask yourself why you're feeling these feelings. Why do I feel so jealous? Why am I feeling so insecure? Why do I feel like I don't have any value, right? And then analyze that, and then you move forward. You don't do that and stay there for 20 years. Okay? This grand water trine is going to help you to move forward. But use this loss as an opportunity to reflect and review, not to cope and to react and respond. You're reflecting, reviewing, reassessing, reevaluating your values, your identity, your ego, what you want, your vision for yourself. You're healing. You're taking a break. 4 of Swords energy. Taking a break, resting, healing, and then you're going to keep going. You're not going to go back to your old job, or you're not going to go back to your ex, or you're not doing that. So you're only going to take a step back in order to have the information you need to go forward, not to regret and reverse. Don't do that. Okay. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for listening. Look forward to your feedback. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.